I asked you to get Sergeant Myers.
I'm not getting Sergeant Myers. We see that.
I'm not resisting.
Do you have a weapon in the truck?
Yes, I do.
Restraint and arrest may sometimes be necessary, but are all police actions truly justified and appropriate?
Let it go of him. I got him half held.
I'm not resisting.
Right. Good.
I'm not resisting.
Good. I know you're not.
Resisting.
He threw my phone down on
I
the
sure
ground,
did.
guys.
Today we witness peak stupidity as foolish cops think they can get away with their crimes. Illegal act on a public sidewalk spirals into handcuffs. Power play and the shocking abuse of authority. How did it go this far?
I've asked you to move.
I asked you to get Sergeant Myers.
I've asked you to move.
I asked you to get Sergeant Myers. You're gonna don't. You gonna
On March 6, 2025, police responded to a report of a man filming in front of the Central Bank in Lake Ozark. What seemed like a simple situation quickly escalated into a major legal battle.
Hey, how we doing? Pretty good. What we doing?
Is your body cam on?
I always wear my gloves.
Okay.
Why you have a mask on?
Do I not have the right to have a mask?
Absolutely, but what are you doing filming the bank?
Exactly what it seems like.
For what?
Is there not a First Amendment?
There is a First Amendment, but you've got people concerned, so I'm just asking what you're doing.
So my right to record as people concerned. So you enforce feelings?
No, I'm just asking what you're doing.
Why don't you enforce the law?
Get your hands out of your pockets.
Okay.
It's
pretty cold, so
I understand.
I don't have gloves like you. So
You want some?
no, I'm good.
Okay.
I like to have my hands on.
You got any ID on you?
Why would I need that?
I'm just wanting to find out who you are. You got a mask on. I can't see your face.
We're in public.
You are, but you need to vacate in front of the bank.
And where am I at?
You're in Lake Ozark, Missouri.
Am I not on the public easement? So why do I need to vacate the public sidewalk?
Because you've got people nervous and they want to know what you're
Are
doing.
you giving me a lawful order?
I am giving you a lawful order. You need to move the area. Young man, I'm not going to play this game with you.
You waive your qualified immunity.
I'm not going to play this game with
You
you.
waive your qualified immunity.
You need to step. You need to get
You
stepping.
waive your qualified
You
immunity.
need to get to stepping.
I'm asking you to pull out your sergeant. Dangerous man.
29 years I've been doing
You
it.
got your gloves on? You ready to put your hands on me?
I'm not going to put my hands on you.
Take me to jail?
My hands are on my
You
vest.
gave me an unlawful order to vacate when I'm on a public sidewalk.
You are on a public
So
sidewalk.
why would I need to leave?
I'm giving you a lawful order
I
that you
free-
need
am
to
I free-
vacate in
am I
front of
free
the
to
area.
go?
Young man, I'm not. Yeah,
Am
you're
I-
free to go.
I'm free to stay. Thank you.
Even though officers admitted the man was lawfully standing on the sidewalk, they still demanded that he remove his mask, show identification, and leave the area. It appears the officer's ego was challenged, and the way they responded is truly concerning.
You need to vacate the area.
I'm not vacating.
Yeah, you are.
Nope.
Then you go with me then.
So you're gonna put your hands on me?
I am. Turn
I
around.
asked you to put. I asked you to
Put your
get
hands
Sergeant
by.
Myers.
I'm not going to put. I'm not getting Sergeant Myers.
You're gonna. don't. You gonna. Hey, excuse me. He threw my phone down on
I
the
sure
ground,
did.
guys. He threw my
I sure
phone on
did.
the ground, guys.
Good. Yeah, good.
Threw my phone on the ground,
I
guys.
sure did.
Why'd you do that? Can you get my phone, sir? Why not?
Even better, huh?
You're gonna unlawfully arrest me.
I'm not arrested. I'm just detaining you.
Okay, for what crime? For what crime? For what crime? Don't turn my phone on. Don't turn my phone on. That is my First Amendment to record. Do not turn my phone on. Do not turn my phone on. Okay,
So how do I turn it off?
please turn my phone on.
I'm not turning your phone off.
You threw it on the ground.
The screen won't stay off.
Exactly. You threw my phone on the ground.
going up here, okay?
You're making a mistake.
What's your name?
I'm not telling you my name.
Well, you're failing to identify yourself, so that's why you're
What
getting
crime
your phone
have I
off.
committed?
You're failing to identify
What is your
yourself.
reasonable articulable suspicion I committed a crime? What is your reasonable articulable suspicion?
Because you were failing to identify
What
yourself.
crime
Police proceeded to restrain and handcuff the man without stating any specific crime. But it didn't stop there. When a fellow officer asked for a reason, the explanation given was downright absurd.
708 Miller, I got one detained.
Is this the same guy we dealt with? No.
708, 702. He'll never answer his radio.
Let me call him.
Hey, can you come to Central Bank and see if you can identify this subject? He's been asking for you for the last 5 minutes.
Had the plate light out that I cited. I just can't think of it right now.
We gave him an awful order to move out in front of the bank. He's got people nervous, and he's failing to identify himself, so there's no reason.
It is the same guy though.
I don't care if he's on a public sidewalk or not.
It's 100% he's the same guy.
I don't care if he's on a public sidewalk or not. They don't want him standing out in front of the fucking bank, making people uneasy. And I asked him what his name was, and he refused a lawful order by giving me his name and moving down the road.
I wonder if his car's here.
I don't know what he's driving.
I do.
This is simple. Give me your fucking name. That's all you need to do.
He was detained simply because the officer felt like it, as if refusing to obey questionable commands is enough to justify an arrest. The contradiction became even more obvious when a superior officer arrived.
Now, he's been screaming and hollering for you anyway. Says he knows you. That's what he said. He won't take his mask down. He won't tell me who he is.
Is your body cam on?
It is.
Sergeant Meyer, what am I doing in
You know
cuffs?
his?
I'm familiar with him. I don't remember your name right off my head, but
What am I doing in cuffs?
well, he detained you for his investigation.
You failed to comply with a lawful order.
What
I done
crime-
told you.
what crime
I
have I
told you
committed?
to get moving, and I
What-
told you to identify
What
yourself.
crime have I committed?
I just told you.
Before you were here on the scene.
None. Until
Okay,
you.
so why do I have to ID myself?
Because I gave you a lawful order to do so.
I have
Because
not
I'm
committed
investigating
a
on why
crime.
you're standing out here in front.
You cannot reasonable. You cannot articulate. what crime
Okay.
I committed.
All right.
I can figure his name out.
Because what he was doing, he was standing here, he wasn't breaking any laws by being on the sidewalk. And I asked him, I said, hey, you've got people in here nervous. Would you mind stepping down the road for me? He goes, am I on a public easement? And I'm like, yeah. He goes, why is your fucking gloves on? I said, I wear them all the time when I deal with people. And he goes, well, I ain't fucking moving. I said, I'm giving you an order to get to stepping and identify yourself and pull your mask down. Fuck you, I ain't gonna do that either. I said, okay, if you're not gonna identify yourself, you're going back in my car until you identify yourself. But he wasn't breaking any laws. He's allowed to film all day long.
Yes, the man had the right to film under the First Amendment, standing on a public sidewalk. There were no signs of trespassing or unlawful activity. What he did was dare to stand up and challenge their authority.
They don't want him trespassed or anything.
Then why did they call?
I don't know. They said that they had customers coming in and coming through the drive-through, coming on the call lines, saying that they felt unsafe and that he.
Yeah, he didn't break any laws because he was on the sidewalk.
Right, and saying that he was pointing at them, harassing them, and just doing all sorts of things, just basically pointing at camera and pointing at him. So he hasn't done anything aside from not identifying.
Yeah.
So that's it.
Okay.
But
Well, as soon as Meyer gets done, I'll cut him loose and we'll just play the game. Every 20 minutes we'll be back dealing with him.
We're making sure there's no criminal offense that was committed before we got here at the bank.
And there wasn't, so
They called us.
But he put me in cuffs
That's a
because I
detainment.
was not moving.
That's a detainment. He had an investigation to do
I'm
here at
telling
the
you,
bank.
y'all messed up. Y'all messed up extremely bad.
You always say that to us.
I've not always said it to you. I've only had one interaction with you.
But every time we've dealt with you, it's always us.
It is, yo. Officer Clayton Wolf does not know the law. He asked me where I get my law book from. I said I don't have to identify myself if I'm a passenger. He tried to fabricate probable cause by saying I didn't have my seatbelt on when I in fact did on camera.
Okay,
so
but look.
he couldn't get my ID and identify me. So he doesn't know my name. Now you don't know my name because you don't remember the public record request that I submitted.
I just don't remember right off the top of my head.
He doesn't know my name because I never gave my name and or ID because I have not committed a crime.
Okay, and that may be the case.
Okay, so why am I still in cuffs?
Because we are in still investigation of this.
When
We
is
were
this-
called here.
In the state of Missouri, unlawful detention can be prosecuted under Missouri Revised Statutes Section 5165.13 under the name false imprisonment. It is a class of misdemeanor punishable by up to 1 year in jail and or a fine of up to $2,000, 0 cents.
Is there a crime here? Are they wanting
they don't want
trespass?
him trespassed. They got nothing.
I'm telling you, you done messed up. Put your hands on me like that. And I'm on a public easement and broke no law. Couldn't articulate any kind of law.
sure did.
You messed my shoulder up, so I need medical attention.
Well, you're going to be free to go.
No, I need medical attention because you done messed my shoulder up. Look how he's handling. I'm relaxing. Look how he's handling.
Once
me.
he gets the cuffs off,
No, I
you're
need
free.
medical
You are free
attention.
to call that
I can't even
ambulance.
feel my hand.
Call for a medical.
I can't even feel my hand, bro.
Get
Damn, bro.
You're free to go.
But I can't even feel my hand. I need.
Here you go. Here's your shit.
I need an ambulance, man.
He's calling for one. It's kind of.
What am I doing wrong? You put me on their property now. I have not stepped on their property at all.
You're free to go.
But I've always been free to go, and I was free to stay.
You wasn't. You were detained until he could
But
investigate
what
they were.
crime have I committed?
That's what he was investigating.
What crime have I committed? Though?
That's what he was investigating. Once he went in and talked to him, and they said there was no crime, you're free to go. You're out of cuffs. You can go.
But what's your
okay.
badge number name? What's your badge number name?
I'm not doing this with you.
The officers may have committed several offenses, including unlawful detention, excessive use of force, coercive identification, request without legal basis, and interference with First Amendment rights. Next up, a controversial traffic stop in Oklahoma, where a law-savvy citizen
Oklahoma
stands
laws are
up to
a
an
little different
overreaching
than
cop.
Texas, so I'm not worried about some personal use. You'll go down the road and be on your merry way. Anything like that in the vehicle?
No.
Okay. Alright, so I'm going to have you sign right here where I've got a circle. Like I said, it's not a ticket, not a citation. There is no court. There is no fine.
On a morning in Ardmore, Oklahoma, police pulled over a driver for allegedly crossing the white line, but what happened next is almost unbelievable.
How are you? Hey. You have your driver's license on you, sir? Yes, sir. Perfect. You cross the fog line. I just want to check and make sure you're not intoxicated, okay? I'm sorry, what? The fog line, the white line right here? Yes, sir. You crossed over the fog line.
You got that on that?
Yes. I'm not writing you a ticket if that's where you're trying to get at. I just want to make sure you're not intoxicated. Okay. Well, I don't know that until I come up and talk to you. So I need your driver's license and the insurance, please. What's bringing you to Oklahoma?
Seeing somebody.
Okay. Gonna be up here very long, or? You have the insurance? This is your vehicle?
334 Ardmore.
Because there's only a 1993 Jeep Grand Cherokee and a 2004 Lexus
Do
on
we
this
have the last known
insurance
direction
card.
of travel or any other calls on this subject?
Negative.
Clear. Myself and 25 had negative contact in the area with anyone mentioned in the description. Show us back 10-8.
Okay. Just come back here. I'm just going to write you a written warning. I'll send you on your way, okay? But I need you to come back here. Be careful getting out for me.
At first, the officer said he intended to issue a written warning and let the driver go. However, things quickly took a strange turn.
So you said you're coming up to see a friend?
Yeah, I said I was coming up here to see someone.
You come up this way very often then?
No.
No? You don't have any outstanding traffic tickets or anything like that?
No.
Okay, never been in trouble, never been arrested?
No.
Okay. So you still live in Garland, Texas?
Yes.
Okay, cool. What do you do for work down there?
Oh, I work in semiconductor.
What?
Semiconductor.
Like a truck? Is that a truck driver?
No, it's circuits, chips.
Oh, okay. I've never heard of that. You like it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tom Victor Boy,
So how long have you been down there doing that?
Well, since the 80s.
Okay. Been doing it quite a while then. You have to get a degree to do it, or is that just something you...
20 Chevy, black in color.
Yeah.
Okay.
Eric Costa, out of Louisville.
And you don't come to Oklahoma very often?
I'll be west of Huntington Falls, by the tracks. It's like a
Sure.
stunning fire going over there.
The officer began asking a series of unrelated questions, dragging out the traffic stop and showing no signs of letting the driver leave. The increasingly bizarre line of questioning raised serious concerns about the legitimacy of the stop.
You're exceeding your limit of this being brief.
No? No, I'm not. Especially with the increased nervousness. So there's nothing illegal in the car then? You're not coming up here to get anything or do anything you shouldn't?
Well, I never crossed the line, so.
Well, I beg to differ about that. You didn't answer my question. Is there anything illegal in the car? Or any reason you're coming up here to get anything from Oklahoma to take back to Texas?
So you're one of these trained observers?
Trained observers?
Yeah. Tell me about your trained observer.
No, I'm just a cop.
Out with Brandon again.
That's all I am. Is there something I'm supposed to be?
A trained observer.
You still didn't answer my question, though. Is there anything illegal in the car?
No.
Okay. Is there any marijuana?
No.
Cocaine?
No.
Heroin?
See?
Methamphetamine? Fentanyl pills?
Now you've been seated.
No. Is there any firearms in the vehicle?
No.
Okay. Is there any large amounts of U.S. currency?
No.
Okay.
The officer then requested to search the vehicle despite not receiving consent. They proceeded to conduct the search, seemingly relying on their authority rather than legal justification.
Can you be in route to Jamestown Apartments, 517 Northwest? Check on a suspicious subject. If you could check on moving through.
What did I not?
348 Los Onions.
I'm not good.
Clear. 328.
20's a lot more nights in there.
Clear.
This dude's gonna be pissed. Well, he's lying about everything he's doing, and then told me I couldn't search the car, lied about all his trips coming up.
Good.
All her property is on the front porch. She's going to be waiting for a ride. She was advised public nuisance. Lieutenant.
Although the driver was pulled over, searched, and treated with suspicion, no illegal activity was found. In the end, the police issued only a warning and let the driver go without a warrant, arrest, or charges. This may constitute a violation of the Fourth Amendment and could potentially lead to a complaint or civil lawsuit. When power goes unchecked, freedom becomes the first casualty. Know your rights. Silence in the face of abuse only fuels injustice.
First Amendment auditor.
I'm asking him to leave. He's not. He'd like to trespass me from public parking.
Are you a First Amendment auditor?
I am not a First Amendment auditor.
Then why are you pushing this?
Because I know my rights and I do not have to ID for sitting in a public parking lot that is not marked.
You really want to go to jail because you won't leave. Just go to another parking lot.
Would you like to arrest me, sir? Would you like to arrest me for sitting in a parking lot?
Go ahead and step out of your vehicle.
You just try to open my door.
So?
You can go ahead and write me a trespass.
You are not obeying the law.
You can write me a trespass. You
I'm not
have
writing
to
you a
trespass.
trespass. I'm telling you.
So you're going to arrest.
If you don't want to leave and not obey a order,
It's
you
not
are
a
going
lawful
to get
order.
arrested.
It's not a lawful order. Tell me what the law is.
The lawful order
Tell me what the
is
law is
you're
that
not
you're
listening to.
Sir,
That's
step
not
out
a
of your
law.
truck.
That's not a law.
Lawful order of the law enforcement officer, it is.
No, I'm not. I'm not doing anything illegal. Is your body cam on?
You're getting yourself in
Good.
a lot of trouble.
No, you're getting yourself in a lot of
Step out of the
trouble.
truck, sir. You're under arrest.
Sir, you have to
Step
give
out
me
of the
a
truck.
written,
You're under
You
arrest
have
for
to give
trespassing.
me a written trespassing.
You're going to get a written trespassing.
Get out of the vehicle. We're telling you now.
Okay.
Get out of the vehicle.
Sir?
No. Get out of the vehicle.
Okay. I'm getting out. No, you cannot remove my... sir.
Step out of the truck.
Sir.
Step out of the truck.
Okay, he's holding my arm.
Okay.
He's pulling me the opposite
The individual
direction.
was
guys.
parked in a public lot making a phone call, yet an officer demanded ID without cause. The officer's insistence on removing him from a legal space is aggressive and unnecessary. Why escalate a situation when no laws are
Come here.
being broken?
Come here with me.
Hey,
Let it go of him. I got him half hill.
I'm not resisting.
All right. Good. Good.
I'm not resisting.
Good. I know you're not.
Resisting.
We see that.
Do you have
I'm
a,
not resisting.
Do you have a weapon in the truck?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I have my carry permit. It's
Yep.
right here in this
Hand
visor.
behind your back.
Okay,
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You can give me a written trespass and I will leave.
You should have left when I told you it was a lawful
Sir.
order. No, we're done talking.
Sir.
We're done talking. You're going to jail.
You guys really want
You
to
should
do
have
this?
listened when we
Hey,
told you.
I think we should call someone
Oh,
that's
you're
got a
gonna
little
have
bit
to call
higher
someone.
power. What's your supervisor?
Right there, Chief.
Chief, can I have a word with you?
We'll talk later.
No, I need a word with you.
We're done talking about
I just am sitting in a parking lot having a phone call.
The officer demanded the individual leave without citing any legal grounds, leaving confusion and frustration. The individual, confident in his rights, refused to comply. Instead of de-escalating, the officer unjustly threatened arrest for trespassing on public property.
Yes, listen, come here. Come here, Chief, please. Chief, please. Please have a word with me.
Where was your weapon at? You should have listened when we gave you an opportunity. I gave you a long time.
I did not listen.
You're going to come over here.
You just didn't like that I said no, that I wasn't going to leave.
No, I didn't mind you saying that. And
So
I had a
what was
conversation with you for a long period of time. I gave you every
you irritated
option.
me that I cannot talk
You're going to
business. Sure, take me to jail. But I'm going to tell you, my attorney is going to love that you're violating my
When
first
you get a lawful order to leave, you
no,
have to leave.
No, I don't. Not on public land, sir.
Step in.
Make sure you pat him down.
Yep. Good.
I have nothing on me.
Truck keys.
Yes, sir. Check his coats. Hey, I'm just gonna can I have a conversation with you guys?
His coats. Make sure they're not too tight.
Can I have a conversation with you?
You're doing it.
I know you guys are just, it looks like I manage this complex right behind here. I use this spot so I don't have to, and park where my tenants come out and say anything to me.
Is it
I
the
was
one
having,
on Hewitt?
no, it's on Johnson Switch. I manage all that. I come over here and sit so I don't have to sit where tenants come out and harass me while I'm talking on the phone.
The officer's insistence on removing the individual from his vehicle was unwarranted, especially without probable cause. The individual was not committing a crime, yet the police escalated the situation with force. Why did the officer ignore the lack of grounds for arrest?
And then your lieutenant came out and told me that I had to leave a public parking lot that's not marked public, that's not marked do not parking. I park over here so that I don't bother anybody over there. You have limited space in the front of your parking lot. You have limited space. I use the top to turn around. I have no ill will. I have nothing. I just sit here. He got mad that I didn't want to ID because I don't have to ID. I did nothing wrong. I had committed no crime. You're trespassing me on property, public property, and with no crime. I was not disorderly. I did not do anything wrong. I'm telling you, this is going to be a lawsuit, and I don't want to do that to Johnson. You guys have taken care of such good care of me at Johnson Switch. You're always there. If I call, you always take care of issues. I'm not trying to do anything bad. He demanded that I stopped my business conversation to have a conversation with him. He couldn't wait 5 seconds from me. He kept telling me to roll down my window and made me hang up my phone call that I was doing business. I am not bothering any of the employees. I'm not even
what's his first name?
Benjamin Guy Mann.
Hey, so I'm gonna go talk to the lieutenant.
If you arrest me,
at the end
everybody,
of the day, though,
everybody, if you unhandcuff
those two are my superiors.
I'm telling you though, it's going to be a lawsuit against all of you because I am going to call my attorney immediately.
Furthermore, Arkansas law mandates that arrests should only be made when there is clear evidence of a crime. In this case, the officers failed to follow proper procedure as they did not provide legal reasons for the arrest or document any crime, further violating the individual's rights. At approximately 1:45 a.m. on February 7th, 2021, when Akron police responded to Hicks' home following a 911 call from his girlfriend about domestic violence involving a weapon. Hicks was stood on the porch when the police arrived.
I'm not, listen to me. Touching me. You touch me, I'm calling the police. No, I'm not. Don't touch me, bro. Don't touch me, bro. I'm a demon. Kill me. Kill me. Relax. Kill me. Show my sons you gonna kill me. Show my sons you gonna kill me. Show my sons you gonna kill me. My sons you gonna kill me. Show me. Show me, man. Show me, man. See, I'll take one of y'all gonna tell me. Tell me. Look at me in my eyes.
Put your arms behind your back. Put your arms behind your back.
My eyes. Tell my sergeant how you gonna kill me. Tell my sergeant. Tell my sergeant. Tell my sergeant. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. Kill me. Kill me. Kill me. One set of cuffs on him already. Kill me. I ain't even breathing.
Get hang on.
Is he on his back?
Yes.
Get this set of.
The situation became tense when multiple police officers moved onto the porch after unsuccessful attempts to persuade Hicks to back down. As they approached to handcuff him, Hicks backed away, raised his hands, and protested despite being asked to cooperate. Hicks began shouting loudly and resisting vigorously, forcing officers to pull him off the porch and restrain him on the snowy ground handcuffed.
I'm on this. Which way you need him to go? Just talk to the. Relax.
I can't breathe. I can't breathe, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I will.
John, bring this.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I can't breathe, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Listen.
I can't breathe, sir.
Listen to me.
I apologize, sir.
Okay,
I really
now
can't
listen.
breathe.
Hey, I need you to listen. I need you to
Sir,
listen.
I really can't breathe.
It's over.
I apologize.
Okay,
sir.
we're gonna roll you. Okay.
Can you please just stand me? I won't stand up.
And we're gonna roll you.
Knees up to your chest.
Yes, sir. Sit up. Put your knees up. Put your knees to your chest.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Stand up.
I can't breathe. I really can't breathe. It's okay.
When Hicks was rolled onto his stomach, Officer Turner repeatedly gathered snow and covered his face. Despite Hicks repeatedly saying he couldn't breathe and expressing distress, the officers did not adjust their approach. He was then helped up and escorted to a police patrol car.
I wanted to leave. I got in my car. My car is sitting right there, and I wanted to leave. They didn't let me leave. They was pushing me.
How much you had to drink tonight?
I didn't have nothing to drink.
Nothing to drink? Okay.
No, sir. I won't lie to you. You can do what you want to do. I didn't have no problems with drink.
So,
I told him the
what happened
officer.
when the police showed up? Were you inside
Yes,
or
sir.
standing
No,
on
I
the
was
porch?
outside. I was standing on the porch, and they grabbed me, and I told him what happened. I said, "Sir, I want to leave. I want to get up out of here." Yes, sir. There's a bit of an look at my record, sir. I mean, come on, let's be honest, bro. I have a bit of anger of my record is disorderly conduct. I joined the military to join my better life, and I have kids in the house.
Okay.
I didn't want any problems. I was trying to leave. Those people in the house didn't want me to leave. They got mad because I got into it with her and her group. That's her platoon. Okay? That's a different platoon what I'm in. I'm in 762 Transportation. That's a different group that they're in. They're all drunk.
Boulevard there or whatever?
Yes, sir. I have no problems with them. I wanted to leave, sir. I'm not lying to you. You can believe what
So
you
you
want.
wanted to leave, but
yes, sir.
And then somebody called the police, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
In a subsequent conversation with another officer, Hicks maintained that he intended no harm and had not consumed alcohol. He said he just wanted to leave the house in peace, but felt frustrated by the tense situation. Hicks also said that Officer Turner's actions made the situation more complicated instead of helping to resolve the problem.
That's the mother of my child. I'm not trying to deal with her bullshit. I wanted to go home. Me and her got in an argument. Her friends were there. They were drunk.
What happened to your shirt?
They took it off. Ask the officers. The officers. I never took my shirt off. Sir, I swear to God to you, you can ask my
officers took your shirt off?
Yes, sir. I never took my, I swear to God to you, if it came off, if I'm lying to you, if it's wrong, then I'm sorry. I'm not trying to lie to you. I'm not trying to cause any conflict.
So you're not really sure what happened to your
No,
shirt?
sir. No, sir. I'm not trying to cause any problems. I'm not trying to cause any issues. I really wanted to go home to my mom because she owned this house at the end of the day, and I was just going to go home to my mom and let her handle it.
So let me do a little summary here. So
yes,
the
sir.
officer asked you to sit down. You kind
Yes,
of
sir.
yelled at him, trying to explain
Yes,
what was
sir.
going on.
Yes, sir.
And then you wouldn't sit down? Or
Yes, sir, because I was telling them what's going on. Yes, sir.
They grabbed you or whatever? Or
yes,
what?
sir.
Okay,
They grabbed me, and I was telling them what's going on. They put my face in the snow, and I was like, you got it. Yes, sir. I'm not going to lie. And I apologize to him. He's sitting in the front. He's making his report. But I was telling him, like, bro, I voted for you. I respect you, bro.
Again, Hicks claimed he had no intention of causing harm and only wanted to leave the house after a family conflict. He said he was forcefully restrained by the police, resulting in pain in his arm and minor injuries.
My fucking first I'll tell you the truth, bro. I'm not lying to you. This is what happened. Okay. Like, I'm telling you the truth. Like, I'm not trying to cause no problem, like issues or nothing. Like, it may seem like that because I'm a black man, bro. That's
do you have any injuries or anything?
No, sir, bro. I got cuts and rips on me and shit, but that's cool.
Cuts?
Yeah, like my arms is hurting shit, and that's cool, bro.
Can you lean forward some for me?
Go ahead. Where my arms, this arm. Yes, sir. Yeah, that's okay. I mean, come on, like I'm in the military, sir. I'm not trying to. I just want to go home to my mom. My vehicle right there, sir. She has no vehicle here. This is my house. My granddad left it to me. I was just trying to go home. It's a house full of people that's not in my unit. I'm in a different unit. I'm in 762. I called my sergeant. He couldn't speak. He got hung up on me. He You can check everything you want to check, sir. I'm not lying to you. I swear to God, I'm not trying to.
I just want to get a picture.
Still, Hicks emphasized the desire for peace and explained the situation is misunderstood due to racial tensions
I'm going to
and
go grab a
prejudice.
camera. I want to get a picture of your wrist.
I'm just trying to go home. Is that okay? Is that possible or no?
We'll discuss that here in just a minute.
Okay, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, we're gonna get you switched in a second, man.
So we've got a couple little scrapes here.
Yes, sir. I seen him in that court, and I wasn't complying.
You weren't complying?
Yes, sir. I was wrong, and I'm trying to go home. That's all I was trying to do.
I'm gonna have you have a seat there real quick for just a second.
Please, sir,
Just
please.
get back in.
Please don't hurt
We're
me.
gonna get something else put you in, okay?
He's saying things to me.
Get
and
back
I
in.
don't- Okay, don't hurt me, sir.
I'm not gonna
I know
hurt
I'm
you,
black. I know you don't like me.
You being black has nothing to do with it.
I don't hate you.
Partner's Asian, so I'm not racist.
After confirming, the officers still took Hicks to the station and also informed that his case would be carefully reviewed and a decision on release for further actions would be made later. After the incident, Hicks and his lawyer, Mr. Discipline, reported the incident to the police department. However, Officer Turner voluntarily resigned before the investigation was completed. As a result, the Akron Police Department cannot take formal disciplinary action against him. However, Chief Press also said Turner could have faced being fired if he remained in office. From a legal perspective, Hicks' actions and the police response highlight a number of laws that may have been broken. For example, if Hicks resisted or endangered police, these actions fall under Ohio Code Chapter 2000, 921.33, resisting arrest, which could result in misdemeanor or felony charges depending on the severity. Penalties could include a $1,000 0-cent fine or up to 12 months in prison. Conversely, officers, including Turner officers, may be held liable under Chapter 2000, 93.13 assault if their use of force is deemed excessive or inappropriate. Under this law, prison sentence can range from 6 months to 8 years, reflecting the severity of misconduct on the part of law enforcement. The next case involves the arrest of a woman without reasonable grounds, highlighting issues of potential misuse of power and violation of legal procedures. On September 26, 2021, police responded to the home of a woman named Patricia Carter. After receiving information that she had kicked her son out of the house the night before, the officer returned with a family member to help him retrieve his belongings.
Cody.
Right now, patrol 4, also 4.
He has nothing there, none of their clothes fitting.
Have our warrant on you, so 4.
Because they have nothing there for him.
I think you're me.
Open the door, please. Sheriff's Department. Sheriff's Department, open up the door, ma'am. Actually, ma'am, he lives here. This is his residence. He's allowed to come in. You failing to do so will get you locked up. You understand me? Yes, ma'am, you do.
1715.
Open up the door. He lives here. You have to let him inside. You don't want to go this route, ma'am. I'm telling you. Right now, all he wants to do is get his belongings and leave. You have COVID. I'm not going to sit here without a mask on.
From the beginning, a tense interaction occurred when the officer asked Carter to open the door, but she refused on the grounds that she had the right to kick her son out of the house. However, the police officer asserted that her actions did not comply with legal regulations.
Yes, ma'am, you do. He lives here. This is his residence. Does he not live here, ma'am? Does he live here? Yes, he does. Have you evicted him? Have you evicted him? Have you evicted him? Have you gone through the court process to have him evicted? Unless you have him evicted, you're locking him out of his residence. You're not legally able to do that. Ma'am, I'm telling you right now, you are locking him out of his residence. This is his legal residence right here. I completely agree. Last night when the officers came out here, right?
The conversation continued to be tense as the officers repeatedly insisted that Cody had the legal right to enter the home unless formally evicted. They put pressure on the woman, citing Georgia's deportation law, and threatened her with arrest if she did not comply.
Look up the Georgia law about eviction and give it to me. I'm going to get him to get the code section, and when we get the code section, if you don't unlock this door, you're going to jail. It's that simple.
Amen. I've got COVID. I hope I get you infected. Tell the little...
Go ahead and step out here.
No!
Here, lock her up. Lock her up.
No!
I'm done with it.
You did this to yourself.
I'm done with it. Obstruction, if nothing else. I explained to you multiple times, man, you cannot lock your son out of his residence. Lock her up. Yep.
My keys in my purse.
Are you on the elevator?
Yeah, she's my mother. I have no. You're not taking my phone. You are not. God damn
If you
you.
bite me or spoon me, I will throw you off his porch. Let's go. Let's go.
No, I want. No!
Hang on.
When Carter opened the door, the police quickly arrested her for obstructing police and took her to the police station. However, through the body cam footage, we can see that although there was verbal resistance, there was no clear evidence that the suspect committed violent acts during this period.
Don't let her fall. I got her on.
Let go of me. God,
Come on. Daly. Take her, put her in the car. Sit.
I have COVID.
Sit down.
The fever of 101.
Sit down, ma'am. Get in.
I am sitting.
Get in the vehicle so I can shut the door.
I want my phone.
You'll have your phone when you get to the
want
jail.
It right now.
No, ma'am, it doesn't work that way. Go ahead and pull her in. Go ahead. Ma'am, right now you're being arrested for obstruction, disorderly conduct.
Whatever.
Although MS Carter asserted that she had symptoms of COVID-19, officers dismissed this claim. She was then detained in a patrol car where she repeatedly asked to return her phone and personal belongings. However, officers denied her request, saying she would receive the items back when she arrived at the prison.
Well, she was just being a complete jerk to me.
I heard it.
I'm sitting here trying to explain to her she can't kick her son out without an eviction notice. I'm not opening the door.
Oh, that was that call from earlier?
Yep.
Remember that? Yeah.
I said, ma'am, you have to allow him in the house.
The
No, I
autistic
don't.
Kid, the autistic kid, right?
Yeah. Asperger's. No, I don't. Well, yes, you do. You cannot sit there and kick somebody out of their house. He left on his own accord last night. I said that was because deputies showed up here last night and decided to separate you guys to keep you from getting in another physical or verbal altercation. And she wants to sit there and, no. I'm not going to play that game.
The woman later filed a lawsuit against the county government over her arrest. Ultimately, in April 2024, Hall County settled the lawsuit by agreeing to pay $90,000 0 cents in connection with a case she had filed regarding her arrest. While the county government did not admit to any wrongdoing, Paul County Sheriff Gerald Couch issued a statement saying that he had not been consulted by the county's attorneys before the settlement was reached. From a legal perspective, the case involving Ms. Patricia Carter and her son highlights flaws in the understanding and enforcement of the law under Georgia Code 44,750. If Cody did have a legal right to reside in the home, Ms. Carter's refusal to let him enter the home without reasonable grounds could be considered inconsistent with legal regulations. However, this does not automatically empower the police to force Ms. Carter to leave her home or use force to force her to comply, as the law requires any disputes over residency rights to be resolved through the courts. Sentenced with a legal deportation order, the officers' enforcement actions, including the arrest of Carter, potentially violated 16,541. Because using force or detaining an individual without a clear legal basis may be considered an unlawful restraint, Georgia's legal regulations require law enforcement to strike a balance between enforcing the legal rights of the parties and complying with official legal process. Here is another case illustrating the violation of constitutional rights and the exercise of police power. With a similar lesson about the balance between civil rights and legal responsibilities, the 2018 incident between Josh and former police chief Tony Grogan in Hickman, Kentucky, has become the focus of discussions about police powers and constitutional rights. This confrontation, recorded by Josh and distributed online, highlights how improper training can lead to violations of citizens' rights.
I do, but why do I have to give that?
It's a law in Kentucky. You don't have any ID on you?
I do got ID on me, but see, you have to articulate suspicion or have suspicion that I've committed a crime or that I'm about to commit a crime. My name is Josh.
Josh, how old are you, Josh? Do you have any ID on you?
Josh? I prefer not to give it.
Josh, you have to give me your identification when I ask for it as a police officer. Okay? The state gives you that identification for that reason. Okay? Yes, you have to pay for it at the courthouse. It's your identification. That's the reason you have it, so the police can have it if they ask for it. That's one of the main reasons.
A confrontation took place between Police Chief Tony Grogan and Josh, a tourist visiting Hickman. When Josh refused to provide identification as requested, Mr. Grogan asserted that Kentucky state law requires citizens to present identification when asked by police, but Josh firmly rejected this.
You mind giving me your identification?
What would happen if I don't?
Well, I'm going to have to put you in the back of that car and detain you until I can get more information on you. And I don't want to use force or anything like that on you. That's not my goal here. My goal is to find out who you are and why you're here. What do you want?
I just wanted to take some pictures of video of the public areas. Now, she came out with a little bit of an attitude. You know, I can tell you what I'm doing. I'm not doing anything illegal. I'm not doing anything. What I'm doing is actually...
Give me your identification before we keep going on. I'm going to cooperate with you as much as I can, but you have to give me your identification when I ask for it. I've asked 4 times. Give me your identification.
Am I being detained?
Not yet. You need to give me that identification.
Okay, and if I'm not being detained, I'm going to go on about my day.
You either give me the identification or I am going to put you in the back of that car. You understand that? Identification.
Is there anybody else hired that you can get to come out of here?
No. Identification, please.
Police Officer Grogan continuously applied pressure, asking Josh to provide identification and threatening to detain him if Josh did not comply. In response, Josh invoked his constitutional rights and asked Grogan to show reasonable suspicion of any crimes he was accused of.
What am I doing? I'm doing a Terry pat-down for you and my protection. Bottom line is, I don't know what you got on you, because I don't know you, and you don't know me, right?
Right.
Okay. What's going on, man? Is this, what is this? Is that your wallet? Is there ID in there?
Yes, that is.
You can't, there's people up here, you know, it's a public place, okay?
Okay.
All right, and you can be in public places, okay? I don't understand why you got a camera 1 foot like from my face, and what is this?
That's my other phone.
Okay, give me your identification.
And I don't suppose you can show me the statue. You know, I tried finding what I could before I came up here. Now I can give you, I can give you my name.
I want your identification because if I don't get it, I can't allow you to stay here. I don't want you to stay here anyway, but what I want doesn't matter. That's not what's important, is that you cooperate and give me your identification as a citizen. Are you a citizen?
Yes, I am a citizen.
Okay, then you have to abide by the laws. The laws say that you have to give me your identification. Well, I don't have to explain up front why, okay?
Okay,
all right?
If you could, please.
Okay, so you want something for me, don't you?
The conversation quickly escalated when Officer Grogan asked for identification, and identification claiming it was required by law.
Well, you're kind of in my personal space.
Well, do you know why? Because you're not giving me your identification.
Well, the thing is, I'm not familiar with your laws. I'm familiar with Tennessee laws.
That's okay. This is America.
Is this how you treat tourists?
This is America. You have the right to do a lot of things, okay? The freedoms are granted to you are actually, you know, all the people in America have them, you know, but you still have to give me your identification no matter what.
Welcome to Kentucky.
Don't back in front of traffic either. I am responsible somewhat. You know, I don't want you getting hit while we're having back and forth conversation. You don't live here. Why are you here? There's a lot of security issues when you're filming government buildings too. I'd like you to know that, all right? That is an issue. This is a government building, okay? So,
and I have a right to videotape, photograph in publicly accessible areas where I have a legal right to be.
I don't know who you are, so I don't know if you have a legal right to be here or not. Because I don't know if you have warrants on you. I don't know anything about you. I don't know how old you are.
What suspicion do you have or articulated?
Either give it to me. Come on. You won't give it to me, you're being uncooperative. Stop.
However, Josh firmly emphasized the right to film in public places and asked Grogan to provide legal grounds. The tense argument ended when Officer Grogan decided to arrest Josh.
I don't know what he's doing for sure. Hey, all right, it might be better than your phone.
Okay. Now, where can I go to file a complaint? Yes.
I'm the chief of police. Okay. The only other place would be City Hall.
City Hall?
Yeah.
Oh, well, right now, illegal detainment.
Well, you've only been here 10 minutes, with me, maybe 12. I have a reasonable right under your constitutional rights to detain you for a reasonable amount of time. I think 12 minutes to see, maybe 15 minutes to see why you're videoing a government building and everything is very reasonable. Okay? You're free to go.
All right. What's your name, badge number?
My name is Tony Grogan. I'm the chief of police at Hickman Police Department. My badge number is 501.
501.
Yes.
Your name, badge number?
My name is Deputy Gary Fulcher, 3808.
3808. Okay. You?
I gave you nothing.
What
have you given me? Have you told us anything?
What's
Have
your
you explain why you're out here?
What's your policy?
You haven't explained why you're out here, have you?
Grogan briefly detained Josh to verify his information, asserting that his actions complied with the Constitution within the bounds of a reasonable time frame. Josh?
He's a different agency than me.
Okay.
Where do you live at?
Well, I'm from Tennessee. I'll at least give you that.
Why are you at Hickman City Hall asking them things and filming them stuff? Is there a reason? Do you have some kind of business with the city of Hickman?
Yeah, mainly what I'm doing right here.
What is that?
Taking pictures and video. I'm just a tourist in your city.
You're just a tourist and you're filming City Hall and then you have a run-in with the police. Wonder why that is.
All I'm asking is for your name, badge
most
number.
Tourists that come to the city of Hickman are on the bluff, filming the bluff, filming the courthouse. It's historic.
Okay, R. Woods?
Yes, I'm the sheriff here in Fulton County.
Okay, so you're Fulton County Sheriff?
That's right.
Okay. All right. Well, do you not have a policy about your deputies?
We have a policy that people we talk to that's causing a disturbance better tell us why they're doing it.
Okay. Well, either way, I got you on film. I got your name. I'm gonna go.
Released without being charged, but he declared his intention to file a complaint against the police.
Hello, my name's Tony Grogan. I'm calling because we're doing an update on the incident that happened with you out there. Have you learned anything since then, or are you still doing the same things? No, I don't. Well, I did learn some things from that. Yeah. Okay. That incident. Yes, I did. I've researched quite a bit on it, and I'm not an aggressive police officer. I do my job. Do what I'm supposed to do. Most of the time, I do the best in every situation, and that's what I try to do. And I've had many good situations, and I wish that would have went better. I wish it would have went different. I don't know. Did they teach you what reasonable articulable suspicion is after that? Because I wanted to grow from it, because it affected me. Well, I don't ever want to be in that situation where I've made a situation worse, so it affected me mentally a lot, Now, I did,
In the 2024 interview, Grogan admitted that he was trained to prioritize power over adherence to constitutional principles. He expressed regret and said this incident had changed the way he worked, and also called for improved constitutional rights education to prevent similar incidents in the future.
It's hard for them to foresee, Now, it would be nice if they had classes on that, more of that conceptual stuff and we do a lot of skill training, and that's good, except, where you have the most problem is the conceptual of do you perceive what this is, and are you perceiving it correctly the way we want you to? That's what's hard, and I was young back then. The only real training I ever had on it was probably, and I would have went in 1998, and policing was different. Now, I've been to training yearly, every year,
you know, but not on that subject, you know.
This case refers to the principles established in Terry v. Ohio, which allows police officers to stop and frisk an individual only when they have reasonable suspicion of criminal activity. Kentucky law, specifically Access 519.02, addresses obstruction of governmental operations, but does not mandate individuals to provide identification unless they are lawfully detained. Violating these principles contradicts the Fourth Amendment, which protects citizens from unlawful searches and seizures. This incident underscores the critical importance of balancing public security and individual freedoms. It highlights that only through reflection, education, and reform can law enforcement truly uphold the principles they have sworn to protect. On March 16, 2021, in Tupelo, Mississippi, police officers detained local businessman Wesley Wells while responding to a shoplifting report at the
if you don't mind me asking, where'd you just come from?
Crossing.
Yeah, okay, yeah, go ahead, yeah.
Jeanette will call you back. Police will pull me over here. I'll call you back. I'll call you back.
Hey, where'd you come from?
I'm just walking.
Okay. The reason I'm asking this, we have the description. We just have some shoplifters, and your description, and I'm just happening to say where you came from. That's all. Okay.
What do they say? I mean, what's my description?
White shirt, white hat. White shirt, white hat. So, but I was just saying where you were coming from.
Yeah, I'm just walking. Cross on the other side. Well, good luck with it.
What's your name? What's your name?
I'm not gonna get my name. Good luck.
Why is that?
Huh?
Why is that?
Because I'm well known in this.
I mean, I don't know you. If you're well known, I don't know who you are.
352-483-0006.
I'm gonna walk around. I'm gonna come back around again.
Well, I need your name real quick.
The event unfolded when police responded to a call about shoplifting at the mall. Wesley Wells, who was exercising near the area, was stopped by officers because his attire, white hat and white shirt, matched the description of one of the suspected shoplifters.
I called and told you where I was going, but I didn't. I'm not going to. I don't have ID on me.
All right. Dude, I mean, what's your name? What do you go by?
Okay, I'm going to tell you, I am going to complain to Chief of Deer about this, but my name is Wesley.
Wesley?
Yeah, and I'm going to call the mayor.
Okay.
45.
Yeah, look. Here's the deal. All right, so we had a description, and you were familiar with that description. So you look so white hat, white shirt.
Jeff Snyder's
Okay.
I'm walking. I'm not kind of in a hurry, though, because I need to get back. I'm on a deadline.
You're on what?
Deadline.
A deadline?
Okay.
GMC key fob?
Put your hands on this car. Sir, don't come close to me, though.
Here.
I'm COVID aware. Please don't come close to me, especially without a mask.
The first officer can be seen reporting a white male in front of Dick's Sporting Goods before approaching Wells. Initially, Wells, taken aback by the situation, hesitated to provide his full name, but eventually complied, stating his first and last names.
You go back and put your hands on the car right now. I'm not going to ask you again.
Do you have any key fobs on you?
Key fobs.
Do you have anything in your pockets?
Yeah, my phone.
Your phone? Do you have anything in your pockets?
My phone, sir, please.
Do you have anything else in your pockets besides your phone? Okay, do you have a key fob?
Do what?
You got a GMC key fob on you?
A GMC?
A key fob
a
to
key
GMC.
Fob.
Car keys to a GMC.
No.
You don't?
No, but sir, please. I'm a diabetic.
Here, I'm
on a mask.
Okay.
So you're up against it.
Okay. Stay put.
Hey, go ahead and cuff him.
And you're going to cuff him?
Yeah,
Here,
put your hands like that. We're going to run him over the line. You're being detained right now. Take him over to loss prevention to see if he's...
Hey, put your hands like you're praying, okay? Yeah. Like you're praying?
Like this? Can you get... I don't want to go inside. What is it? Call Jeff Snyder. Call Jeff, the guy who runs the mall. He's a close friend of mine.
We're going to get down there. They're going to check you out. We're going to figure out who you are since you don't want to tell us who you are.
I told you who I was.
Who are you?
My name is Wesley.
Wesley who?
Wells.
Wesley. Now.
Despite his compliance, Wells was patted down, handcuffed, and placed in a patrol vehicle while the officers continued their investigation.
See, you told me your first name.
My name was Wesley, but why do I tell you my name? I mean, I'm out here walking.
I mean, that's fine.
Because you matched the description of a shoplifter from Beltay.
But I'm not a shoplifter.
And you're on mall property. That's why we're detaining you to make sure we're going to clear you, okay? You're not cooperative, not once giving you an ID.
Sir, I was more than cooperative, and this is what happened right now.
Okay.
05, you still out in front of JC Penney's?
Here. You're not being arrested. You're being detained. You're walking to the back of my vehicle, okay?
I'm just checking on you. Thank you.
Sir, I mean, I'm a diabetic. I've been doing all
What's diabetic have to do with getting on the back of my
I'm
vehicle?
afraid of COVID, and I don't know who's been in here. Wow.
Here. Like I said, you're not being arrested, okay?
Same thing to me.
Okay. I'm gonna put the seatbelt around for safety, okay? So lean back. They over there?
7. You just logged us good and down out here. They're 45. They're moving on the house. She was off in there. They were 7-11-10-8 and 1908. Needs the bill for man 45.
The officer's demeanor became increasingly dismissive, refusing to acknowledge Wesley's polite request to contact his associates who could vouch for his innocence.
I mean, actually put handcuffs on me, and they threw him in the back of the police car. And I asked him, sir, can you put on a mask? I had mine on, and I'm afraid of COVID, and I've been trying to be careful. And he said, I don't have to wear a mask, and you don't ask me to put mine on. You've got one on, so it shouldn't make a difference. I said, yes, sir, it does. I would feel a lot more comfortable if you did. Just sit back here in the back of this car and be quiet. I don't give a damn who you know. Sit there and be quiet. I mean, and the conversation, some of the things they were saying, but the way I was treated tonight make me feel much less than a man. And but they finally gave me their names after everything was over with, left me handcuffed in the car for 15 minutes, and with the tight handcuffs on, I got the markings to prove that. There just need to be some changes here. If those guys are going around policing this town, I'm afraid for the citizens of this town, especially citizens of color.
Wesley, concerned about the COVID-19 pandemic, requested the officers wear masks. His request was dismissed with a curt response, "You've got one on, so it shouldn't make a difference."
Because somebody who was cordial and nice as I was in response to them mistreating me, I could imagine what they would do to somebody with just the least bit of resistance. And I know they're going to lie. I know that. I know they're going to lie and say they didn't do this and I did that, which is the farthest thing from the truth. And but I was disrespected in ways tonight that I never would have imagined. And I'm hurt by it. I'm upset by it. And people, this has got to change. This has to change. This has to change.
Jason D. Herring, the attorney representing officers on Porch, issued a statement on behalf of his clients. We've had very positive meetings with Mayor Shelton and the city's legal counsel. Officer No and Officer Porch are thankful for the support of the community and fellow officers. They are glad to be back on the job serving the city of Tupelo from a legal perspective. Wells' temporary detainment hinged on Mississippi Stop and Identify law under Mississippi Code 9700-3077, which requires individuals to provide identification if they are suspected of involvement in a crime. Although Wells initially hesitated to give his full name, his eventual compliance absolved him of any potential legal violations. The police in this case acted within their rights to detain Wells for questioning based on a reasonable suspicion derived from his matching description. However, the officers' conduct, particularly their failure to respect his polite requests and lack of mask usage during the COVID-19 pandemic, can be scrutinized under Chapter 3 of the Mississippi Penal Code, which governs police behavior during detentions. While the officers did not violate any direct laws concerning the detainment itself, their actions fell short of best practices in de-escalation and sensitivity, leading to their temporary suspension of mandated training. This case is a powerful reminder of the importance of knowing your legal rights. Up next, a shocking incident will reveal surprising errors made by the police. The arrest of Billy Smith in Lorain, Ohio, captured on body camera footage, presents a complex series of events involving a confrontation between Smith and the police.
Damn, man. Right talk not as nothing, bro. All right, man. Anyway. Shut the fuck up. Weapons on. You have weapons on them. Hey, like, why are you doing this? You need to relax. You're already why are you with you? Been resisting over the radio. He can hear everything. So you don't make this any every time we go to this. My mom, bro. That's it. You don't know how to chill out, bro. Every time we're here. Come on. I'll ride next to him. Take a deep breath. You've been through this. You know what's going on. Put him on the left so I can get on the right.
The incident begins when officers approach Smith, who denies having any weapons or contraband on his person. Despite his claims of compliance, tensions quickly rise, and the police warn Smith not to escalate the situation.
Nothing bad happened. I'm gonna ride the back with the punch, baby. I'm a fighting you, bro. I'm not fighting you. I'm not fighting you. Can I say bye to my people, bro? Give me a call. Yeah. Before he even started this shit, I knew he was gonna fight. As soon as I stopped him for your report, he started acting squirrely. He jaywalked. We stopped him. I'm gonna type all this myself for your own purposes. As soon as I put my gift card, I said, "Hey, lady, tell the way you're acting. Don't start." He tensed up, put his hands inside of our car, trying to do himself the dope in there. I grabbed his arm to fucking put a cuff on him. So I tried to grab it. He fucking grabbed my hand and started cutting me up. So, and then after we handcuffed him, we continued to fucking fight.
As the arrests unfold, Smith repeatedly denies fighting or resisting the police. He insists that he was cooperating, despite the officers' assertions that he resisted, which forced them to use more force.
To do something. Just come down here. Come see what's going on. Hell yeah. Y'all beating me up. Y'all do this to me. Look at my face. He's standing on a goddamn car like that, man. I told you. Fighting with him. He's trying to escort me. Why are we wrestling around on the ground with you? Man, I was not you, because I wasn't even fighting you, bro. Why do I have to fight with you? That's it, bro. That's what I'm saying. Do this to me, man. Why are you fighting with me? I didn't fight you, bro. It's with you on the ground to fight with you. I'm tired of fighting with you. Every time we stop you, bro. The story is done. Bro, you want to fight? You got to fight. Sorry about your luck. I'm not putting up with this shit. Here's my partner. Neither is he. We try to talk to you. You want to fight? Well, guess what? Sir, I did not fight you, man. All I did was tell you to watch out for my wounds, bro. Do whatever you can do in your hand. No, that's what I'm saying. Can you just grab my shirt and put it on my chin, sir?
Throughout the altercation, Smith expresses confusion and anger, accusing the officers of unfair treatment and unnecessary violence. He points to visible injuries on his face as evidence of the harsh treatment he endured. This case underscores the critical need to protect civil rights and ensure transparency in law enforcement. A fair and just society relies on mutual respect and understanding between the police and citizens. Imagine moments when routine encounters with law enforcement take an unexpected turn, raising critical questions about justice, rights, and the balance of power. These surprising incidents reveal a deeper need for scrutiny and reform, challenging our perceptions of safety and authority in society. What really happens when those sworn to protect cross the line? On August 9th, 2018 was stopped by Detective Kevin Crawford of the Louisville Metro Police Department in Louisville, Kentucky, initially for a minor traffic violation. However, this was actually part of a pretextual stop tactic used to investigate other offenses.
I got him. What's going on, man? You know what I'm stopping you for? Man, when you turned on here onto Dixie, 18th Street, turned in the far left lane, you're supposed to turn in the right lane. See how there's two lanes? That's the reason why I'm there. Are there any weapons in your car? No drugs? Do you have your ID? No, you ain't got any guns, right? You good, brother? I'm sorry?
Yeah, I work today.
Oh, you got to speak up all this. You saying something about work?
Yeah, that's what he was saying. We'll go ahead and check it out. Let's go ahead and check it.
Okay, hello, man. Awesome. So do you still live on Lewis Morris Drive? What part of town's that in?
Parkville.
Oh, it's Parkville? I got you, man. Do you have your insurance, too?
Former LMPD Detective Kevin Crawford repeatedly asked Lee if he was carrying any weapons or drugs, despite there being no evidence linking Lee to criminal activity.
Yeah, man, do me a favor, grab your phone and your watch, stick it on the seat.
Why?
Because I'm telling you, or it's going to fall out when you get out of the vehicle.
Why are you taking me out the vehicle?
I'll move it up here for you.
Mama, they taking me out the vehicle.
Don't hop out?
They telling me to get out the car now.
And that's the reason why I didn't want anything on you. I didn't want to break your phone, brother. You don't have any weapons on you, do you?
I don't.
No drugs?
Nope.
Awesome, man. You turn around, put your hands on the car for me. Switch feet.
I even did anything. Why are you checking me for?
I didn't say you did anything. So you don't have any...
Why did you take me out the car?
Do you have any drugs, ones on you?
I don't. I told you that when you asked me the first time. I do mine.
Well, I'm going to make sure you don't have any weapons, okay?
No.
Yeah, we're allowed to pat you down. Take a step off the vehicle.
Why would they pat me down?
Yeah, we're allowed to do that.
They took me out the car.
We're allowed to do that.
No, man.
All right, so we can come back to the car.
I even did anything. Why are you checking me?
I didn't say you did anything. So
So
you don't have any...
why did you take me out the car?
Do you have any drugs, ones on your
I
gun?
don't. I told you that when you asked me it the first time. I do mine.
Okay, you don't have any weapons, okay?
No.
Yeah, we're allowed to pat you down for weapons.
Mama, they pat me down.
Yeah, we're allowed to do that.
Hey everyone, what are your thoughts on this situation? Drop your comments below and make sure to subscribe for more engaging and informative content coming your way. Thanks for all your support.